Hey, go, hey, welcome back to Me Versus Me with your host, Notobumkize. Of course, to my returning listeners, thank you so much for coming back. It means the world to me that I can share my experiences with you. You are the real MVPs, and I hope you stick around. If you're a newbie passing by, welcome, and I hope you're here to stay too, because we'll be discussing all things mental health, self improvement, and finding strength through faith. Don't forget to download, share, subscribe, and also follow the show. If you prefer to listen to podcasts instead of YouTube, please look at the description. There is a link for Spotify and also Apple Podcasts. So, today I want to speak about how we often downplay our achievements. And sometimes it feels like you're just taking something off your to do list once you reach the goal. And it's like, okay, now what? What's next? And everything. And I find it quite interesting that you can be working towards something for so long. And then you get to the end and it's like, this is not the feeling that I anticipated. And that's why I always say when you do things for the sake of being congratulated, instead of doing it for you and fulfilling you, you always have to perform, and people are not going to give you that kind of attention because they have their own things to worry about. So there's quite a bit of South Africans that have moved abroad. So this is the main issue that I was having. So like there are a lot of South Africans that have moved abroad to teach English and everything, because when I came I found many people, and there are still many people that are coming and everything. So to me, it was like, ah, people can do this, and everything. Just because I did it doesn't mean that it's that special. Now I'm downplaying the situation just because many people have done it before. And well, there are many people in the world. We're not going to be the first to ever do things. We're not all going to be inventors. We're not all going to be the first people to take up spaces. But we shouldn't take away from the fact that you did that. I'm the first in my community. I'm the first in my family. I am the first. It's the first time I'm doing it. So it's not cool for me to be downplaying something like that because I did that. So we always look forward to the destination of something, of a certain goal that we have. When you go to school, you're just excited to get to the end of school and everything. That sometimes you forget to enjoy the process. Like for instance, if you're going to be going to the gym because you want your dream body or something. Once you get your dream body, if you're not truly happy with who you are, or you don't enjoy actually going to the gym every day and all of that, we all don't enjoy it. You don't like waking up in the morning. But I feel like you have to look at it from a point of, I get to go to the gym. Like I was so excited that I can afford to go to the gym. I get to pay for the gym. I get to go to the gym and everything like that. And you end up actually enjoying it over time. But if you're not going to be excited, or you're going to be attaching you going to the gym with just your dream body and not as something that you enjoy doing, it's like even when you get to the dream body, you'll be like, this is not the feeling I anticipated. I think the perfect example for enjoying the process would be, when you're going out with your friends. I haven't felt that feeling in a long time. I need to soon. When you're going out with your friends, before you even go out, you're doing your makeup, you're doing your hair, you're finding an outfit. It's like J chaos, like nice chaos, and music is playing in the background, pre-game, everything. It's like before you actually go out, you're enjoying the process of getting ready. That is one of the most amazing feelings ever. And when you get to go out now, you feel good, you look good, and you're like, yeah, this was all worth it. It wasn't like you dragged yourself outside. So I think if we took life like that, we took our achievements and our goals that we set for ourselves like that, I think it'd be so much better. We'd actually enjoy waking up every day and doing whatever we're doing. And I remember on the episode that I had with Unomfunda, we talked about being a pathfinder and being the first person in your community and your family to do something. And sometimes you're not the first person in your community or your family to do something. However, it's your first time doing it, and that counts for something. That is worth being celebrated on its own. And once you go through the process and you see how tough it is, even if many people have gone through it, you value it more because now you see the sacrifices that you've made. You see what you have to go through to get to that point. And some of us have to work really hard to get the things that we want. I'm not saying there are people who don't work hard. I'm just saying that some people are obviously helped, and I'm not taking away from their situations and their problems that they have. But saying you should see some people just have to work harder than others in order for them to achieve certain things, and it's really important to celebrate because life is so long for us to be working, working, working towards our achievements and our goals, that when we get there, we're not excited. It's on to the next thing, where you should be sitting in that and saying, Guti, this was once a dream and now it's actually my reality. Just sitting in it and processing it and being excited about it and everything. And if you wait for people to clap for you, you will be very disappointed. You're going to wait and wait and wait. You are going to wait forever. Some people might clap for you, some won't. But the thing is, you shouldn't tie your achievements to how loud people clap for you, because you're just never going to be happy. You're never going to want to do things again because you know you're doing them for people. So you need to do things for yourself. And yeah, so you'll just go through life burnt out trying to achieve the next thing, because every time you achieve something, it's like, ugh, it's whatever. It's something I ticked off my to-do list. And I remember the day I graduated, I was happy. My mom was happy. Everyone was happy. But when I think about varsity, university in South Africa, I call it varsity. When I think about university, the first thing I think of is my friends, the memories I made, the classes I skipped, the tests I failed, the test I passed, and everything. More than I remember when I got the degree on stage. I'm not saying that that is not exciting, or that wasn't important, or that wasn't something that I needed as a stepping stone in order for me to be where I am. But what I'm saying is that I truly enjoyed the process of university before I even got to the point where I actually graduated, because after graduating, it was like, okay, I got the degree, now what? Imagine if, like, for instance, I was not enjoying the entire process. At least I enjoyed the entire process, even though after I got the degree, I was like, okay, what are we doing now? Like, what's happening now? Now I'm unemployed? What do you mean? Just now I was thriving, studying, doing something with my life, and now all of a sudden I'm unemployed, you know. But I had this entire fantasy that I'm gonna be working in Joburg, I'm gonna have my own apartment, I'm gonna be eating at nice restaurants, posting on social media. I remember I even told my roommates in my final year, Upilontle, I was like, girl, you're gonna be coming to visit me soon. I'm telling you, like, this is happening. I've always just been delusional like that. And when I left South Africa, I told her, I was like, well, I got the apartment. It's just that it's not in South Africa like I imagined. So at the end of the day, I got it. But in that moment where I was unemployed, it's like my fantasy is not matching my reality, you know? So it's really important to not tie everything to the final achievement that you want to have and everything. And yeah, so enjoying the process is more important. It is more important than just focusing on the end goal. I'm not saying don't focus on the end goal now, and don't be focused and just play and everything. No. But I'm saying, like, when you actually enjoy the process, when you get to the end, it's so much more worth it that I finally got here. Yes, there were stumbling blocks. Yes, there were days where it was hard. There were days where you didn't want to do it. There were days where you skipped classes. There were days where you failed tests, because one thing about varsity, you will fail, and it's just so normal. Whenever my other friends, my younger friends who are in varsity say they failed, I'm like, welcome. It's gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better. Like, you're still gonna fail and you're still gonna pass. Like, it's okay. It's all a part of it. So yeah, enjoying the process is so important, because once you achieve the goal and you realize how much of yourself you've abandoned, now you have another issue you need to focus on. And now it's like, okay, I was working so hard to achieve this one thing, and I put and attached my sense of self worth onto it. Now I feel worthless because I'm finished doing it and I got it. Now what? I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know where I'm headed. And you lose that sense of direction because you've attached your entire identity to one single thing. So yeah, and I know I'm saying things that are kind of contradicting each other, that you should focus on the process, not the achievement at the end, as in you should enjoy the process, but not just focusing on the achievement at the end. But what I'm also saying is that when you get to the achievement at the end, you need to celebrate it and not downplay it. I feel like if you actually enjoy the process, once you get to the end, you're like, I can't believe I was doing something so nice and I was enjoying it, and I finally got what I wanted. Because we, like, glorify suffering and going through all this pain just to get to something, so that we have a nice testimony and a nice story, a nice struggle story to tell people once we make it. but honestly, just enjoying the process, because this is an everyday thing. Toluguti, one of your goals is going to take you 5 years. So you're telling me these 5 years you're not going to be happy, you're not going to be having fun just because you want one thing. When you get there, you're going to be so miserable. You would have lost so many people. You would have lost yourself. Your sense of self worth, is attached to this one thing. So it really does more damage than good. It really does. And enjoying the now, because soon it will be a memory, is so important. I have so many moments where I'm doing something and I'm like, this is so much fun. Tomorrow I'm going to be so sad because it's going to be gone. And I hate that I do that, because most of my happy moments are ahead of me, they are not behind me. But it's so hard to not feel like that in the moment where you're like, oh, this is so nice. Let me take a picture, let me take videos, because one day I'm going to be looking back. That's how I feel with university. I feel like I'm moving backwards. Like, I really miss it, but I'm really happy about where I am, because I know my happy days are ahead of me. I'm still going to see the friends I made there when we're in better positions in our lives. Not just at rest this time. We're going to be seeing each other in different countries. We're going to be seeing each other at different fancy places, because now we can afford to do what we want to do. So, yeah, celebrating all of these things is really important. Celebrating you, because only you know what it takes to be you. Only you know what you go through on a daily basis to get to where you want to be. But this entire thing, I searched it because I'm like, what is it called when you just so focused on getting to something that you don't enjoy the process? And it's like, once you get that thing, it's like, okay, now what? And when I searched it, it's called arrival fallacy. So the sad feeling you get after achieving something you've been working towards is called arrival fallacy. It's the letdown you feel after finally reaching a long anticipated goal or milestone. You expect it to feel lasting happiness or fulfillment, but instead there's a kind of emptiness or sadness. Psychologists say it happens because most of the joy actually comes from pursuing something, not from the moment you arrive. So I am one complainer. I complain, I complain, I complain, and it's something I'm really trying to work on. But because every time I catch myself complaining, once I realize, I take a step back and I'm like, I have the audacity to complain. Yes, I have so many things that I need to pay for. Because yesterday I was just complaining to myself, after I sat down and discussed my finances with my multiple personalities. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what do you mean that I have to compromise on certain things, and other things I can get, and certain things I was looking forward to I'm not going to get anymore? And I'm just complaining. I'm like, oh, like crashing out, bro. Like, I was crashing out. But then I took a step back and I'm like, the fact that I'm able to get those things, the fact that I'm able to pay for those things is a blessing in itself. A year ago, I wasn't able to do all of those things, and now I can. So I think sometimes we just need to take a step back and realize how much of a privilege some things are. I remember, I forgot what she said it was. This one time I was telling my teacher I don't know what to wear in high school. I was telling her I don't know what to wear for my matric dance, I think, or I don't know if I was going with someone to their matric dance or it was for my matric dance. And she was like, "You speaking from a point of privilege." She was like, "Your problems are called I don't know." She said something like first world problems, and it made me realize, wow, I really am complaining about something that's not even that deep. So sometimes you complain about things like, oh, I can't believe I have to get the black shoes over the red ones. Like, at least you can get the red ones. I mean, at least you can get the black ones. You can get the red ones another time, or sometimes you can get them both, or whatever. So yeah, we just all don't enjoy waking up in the morning, obviously, but I realize that I do enjoy my job. I think on social media we've really um normalized saying, would say, oh, I can't believe tomorrow's Monday. I hate work. It's like we're literally wiring our minds to hate the things that we do every single day. This is where we spend most of our time. And if we continue going like that, because I online, I hate waking up in the mornings. I don't like it. It's really hard. But once I actually wake up and go to work, I realize this job is not bad. I actually like it. It's cool. Like, I'm getting paid a lot for doing the least. So like, we really do normalize things that are not so good, just putting in this mentality that I hate work, I hate Monday. Yay, it's Friday. It's like once we get to Friday, yeah, then it's Saturday. And once it's Saturday, once you close your eyes on Saturday, it's Monday. You won't even see Sunday. Like, it's Sunday right now, what, 3:30? But I literally woke up 5 minutes ago. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know. Some things we just need to unnormalize, like telling ourselves that, ugh, 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 work, 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 because this is where you spend most of your time. Even though it's cool to complain and it's cool to get laughs on Twitter because you're saying, oh, I hate my boss, I hate my job, I hate everything. You need to remember that this is your mind that you're going back to every single day. This is where you spend most of your time at. And there's someone who's looking at your achievements like, wow, God, I can't believe this person is getting all of this. I can't wait until I get there. And you know that at some point that was you looking at someone else having the blessings that you have now. And now that you have them, when it just seems like I ticked something off my to-do list. And it really doesn't matter if a million people achieved it, because like I said, you're not the first person on earth, unfortunately. So all the things that we're going to be doing have been invented, have been founded, and everything. And yeah, but you did that. There are people who are looking, people who are younger than you, who are looking up to you, your family members, your community members, your friends, or whoever that is behind you looking at you in awe that you did that. And a testimony of someone that you know is so much more, what's the word? It moves you more than a testimony of a celebrity or a stranger on the internet, because I know what this person went through. I know how hard they worked to be here. I know how their life was just 2 months ago. And the fact that they've achieved all of this and they're at this point, it's literally showing and telling me that God is real. And such testimonies really make you have that faith that nami uNkulunkulu ngeke angikhohlwe. Because so many times where we see on the internet, it's like, but God wouldn't do that for me. It's like, you know, it's not real. It's just a celebrity. It's just them. But like when it happens to people that we know and we see, we're like, oh my, like this is real. I remember this one time, this was like a month ago. I was complaining about, guys, I'm so forgetful. Like I just forgot something I was thinking about. I was complaining about how someone was talking about how they gave someone money, and then someone that owed them from months ago gave them the exact amount. So it's like, yo, God is always looking out for me. And I was like, God would never do that for me. He'd never. And then I was just so in my feelings about it, because I'm like, why can't that be me? Like. And then not even 30 minutes later, I go to my banking app, and I don't know what I was looking for, because usually when my phone contract takes like the money, they like, what's the word? When they debit the money out my account, I don't usually look. I don't care. I don't want to see it. Matter of fact, I'm irritated that it said payment confirmed. And then like I saw how they took their money, but then it wasn't like the exact amount. I'm like, what? I saved so much money. I'm like, how come they took like less than they should have? I was like, suspicious, but I'm not complaining. So it's like I was literally complaining just now that something like that would never happen to me, and it literally did. So that's just a prime example of something that actually happened to me, where I was like, things that happen to strangers that will never happen to me. But yeah, so honestly, it's important to not look down on your achievements, because there are people looking up to you saying, I can't believe you're finally there. And so many of the girls that I met here in Korea, it's currently summer, by the way. So many of the girls that I met here, they on summer vacations, and I'm like, wow, wow, wow. I'm seeing the content, I'm liking the content, I'm reposting, I'm this, I'm that. And like I was just thinking to myself that I can't wait until I can do it, because I'm still relatively new and stuff. I wonder how long I can use the I'm new card for, because most things, whenever I'm messing up, I'm like, oh, I'm still new. Oh, I'm still new. But I am still new. I've been here for like, what, 6 months? Something like that. But yeah, and it's like, I look at them and I'm like, wow, I can't wait until I can do that. And it's so exciting sitting here waiting for the moment that I can be able to do those things, because now at some point they were new and they couldn't do everything that people who have been here for the longest time are doing. So I was just sitting here thinking that I can't wait until that's me. But if I'm going to be sitting here sad, like, oh, why can't I go on vacations? Why can't I travel? Da, 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 da. Like, I'm going to be waiting a whole year being sad about that. Like, I'm just so excited to be able to get there. And I'm happy for them that they're at that point. And what is exciting me more is that I will be there. I'm seeing my future basically. So that's more exciting, okay, than just thinking, oh, when will it be me, Lord? Not boring. So yeah, those are the vibes. I also realized that at some point, before I got my new phone, I was like, wow, I mean, I'm never gonna get the latest iPhone or whatever when it was first released. It was just never like a thing I thought of, because I was like, why would I get it? Because I was always like behind with the iPhones. So I'm like, I'll never be able to get there anyway, so I'm not gonna even dream about it. And when it's like when I got here and I saw that I was able to do it, like I can get a new phone, I did it in a heartbeat. And I actually saw something that said, do you really want it, or do you want people to see that you have it? And I was like, I whoop, jump scare. And I think that's like a lot of us with a lot of things lately. We want Coach bags. Like, yes, we do like things, and they look nice. Let's not lie to ourselves and be like, oh, I don't want to be like everyone. I want to be different. I don't want to have the latest everything just because everyone has it. Like, no, there are genuinely some things that are actually really nice, like the Coach bags and the Stanleys and the everything. But sometimes we want things just because we want people to see that we have them. That's a totally different story. And I was like, oh, oh. And with that being said, I actually ordered wired, like those wired Apple earphones, because I'm so irritated that every time I have to go to the gym, my headphones literally die every single time. When I'm walking to work, I can't listen to music because my headphones die when I've charged them the whole night. So nje sengibongile, I would love AirPods Max, whatever they called, Pro Max or Air Max. I would love them, but the thing is, right now I know I'm not in a position to get them, and I'm like, you know what? What's the most practical thing for me is to get those wired earphones, because I'm not going to be buying things after a year or something. It starts to charge for hours and works for less hours, and I'm stressing. Like, no, I'm just, I'm over it. Nonetheless, I'm grateful that I was able to get a phone that I wanted when I wanted it. It's very nice. It's a nice feeling to be able to do that for yourself. So I'm just grateful for that. And these are a few things that I'm trying to practice. Trying process, trust the process. Things that I'm trying to practice to get out of this whole mentality of achieving something, downplaying it, or achieving something and just being like, okay, now what? So, firstly, is practicing gratitude. I think after yesterday, when I was complaining, I was just like, no, there is no way I'm complaining. Like, when is the last time you prayed over your salary, actually saying, thank you, Lord, that I receive a monthly salary? I did that yesterday. When last did you do that? I'm kidding, but just always being grateful, and just remembering where you were and how far you've come. Not how far you still have to go, but how far you've come. I think it's very important. Perspective is very important when it comes to that. And number two is to celebrate your achievements. It's almost my birthday, and I haven't really celebrated moving abroad. And I've never been able to get like myself the cake that I like and wear the outfit that I like and go to the place that I like. So now I'm able to do that for myself, and I am so excited, and I definitely want to do something that will make me happy. And another thing that I was telling some of my friends is that I just want to I want to enjoy my birthday on my own this year, because I don't want to have expectations from other people and then they don't get met and now my day is ruined. I think it's so important for your birthday for you to make it a great day, because you'll be very disappointed if you leave it in other people's hands. So no, those are the vibes. Yes, and it's just a new season that I'm entering, and I'm just thanking God that He's brought me this far. And lastly, just focus on the process instead of the outcome. Outcome. Bundles are depleting instead of the outcome. Life is too hard and too long to not be enjoying it. So, what's the point of all of this? Enjoy the process and don't let anyone, especially you, do not downplay your own achievements. So, those are the vibes, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope you have a great week. And please subscribe if you haven't, share to others. Please, like, someone might help someone. Regardless. How am I? My English bundles, no, it's okay. Anyways, please download if you're listening on the podcast platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you're here on YouTube, please like and subscribe and share. So stay grateful, stay beautiful.